Hi everybody, welcome back to Mr. Green's Cannabis Grow Day 93. Okay, so we've been feeding, right? So feed the soil plants, feed the hydro plants, feed the soil plants, feed the hydro plants. So we've been going back and forth and doing that for a little while, right? It's pretty redundant, except for that they're growing. So you can see some actual growth and you can see some progress and that kind of stuff, right? So that's pretty cool. But I decided to take a break from just having you watch me water the plants and you talked a little while about what's going on in the room. So we'll get back to one of the previous videos that maybe we haven't had a chance to go back and look at or we haven't seen in a little while, or talk about what I'm actually putting in the food. So I'm going to go ahead and make the soil plant food today for you. It's Fox Farm food, so that's what I'm using. We're going to do 2 teaspoons of the Big Bloom plant food. We're going to do, I'm sorry, this will be 3 teaspoons of the Big Bloom plant food, 2 teaspoons of the Grow Big, and then 2 teaspoons of the Tiger Bloom fertilizer. Okay, and then I'll add the calcium and magnesium, right? And I'll do a teaspoon of that, and then it's going to need the pH up. Okay. And then right behind all this stuff is, of course, our RO water, right? Reverse osmosis, right? About 6 parts per million versus the tap water that's about 650 parts per million. I have an RO system inside the house. I talk about that here and there throughout videos and stuff, but bring that up again. I think the RO system cost me about 130 bucks. I don't just use it for watering plants. I use it to drink, right? I feed it to my family, right? We make our coffee with it. I try to use it for things like my iron and stuff that I know the lime and stuff that's in our water here, dry water, or I'm sorry, hard water that we have here, uh, can shorten the life of equipment and that kind of stuff, right? So that's what I have that for, and we're gonna go ahead and move on now. I'm gonna go ahead and start the grow. Start the solution. So I shake these up. Shake these up all the time. All right. Make sure you shake them up really good. Okay. Especially with the plant food, because the plant food settles to the bottom of the container that it's in. So at least the heavier parts of the plant food. 3. There's your Grow Big. I like Fox Farm stuff because it's already made up with the nutrients that each needs. They have a schedule I can use. After I start learning a little bit more about outdoor growing, I may switch it up and try to use some more home-based fertilizer, and compost, and that kind of stuff. Okay. Okay. So, one of the most important parts of this is the calcium and magnesium. Okay. I'm going to put you on pause for 1 sec. Okay. So we're back. So we got calcium and magnesium in there. Just add a little more. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of pH up in here, and then while I'm doing the pH up, I wanted to talk to you guys about, and we're going to check the pH first. Like, let's look at it. I know where it's going to be. It's going to be lower than I want it. So let's look at it real quick. And then I'm going to talk to you guys about NPK. NPK, if you were using Fox Farm or really any other kind of plant mix for nutrients that you're getting off the shelf, it's going to have numbers down at the bottom of it. See if I can get close enough for you guys to see that. There you go. Right there. Right? And on this one, it's right there. Okay? Those numbers represent NPK, which is nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Okay? And those get delivered to the plants at different phases and stages throughout their growth. Right? So, the people who made this stuff up, they developed this stuff in a format so that you can use it with a chart, right? So I have a chart that I use for veg, and then as soon as I want to flip the flower, I change the amount of nutrients, right, based on that chart. In previous videos and stuff, I show charts and stuff, and I can show them again. Here at the end, when I'm done with all this stuff, I'm going to make sure to develop a website where we can look at those charts, and we'll have all the information that you need. Hopefully, if I get it set up right, to buy any of the stuff that I have, the tents and all the other equipment, I'm going to put links and stuff if I can get that taken care of. So, let's see where we're at here with. First, we're going to shake this up. Make sure everything's mixed around real good. Now we're going to check. And we're looking at 5.8, 5.7. Lower than I wanted, as expected, okay? So, I'm going to add about a half a teaspoon of the pH up. And this takes a little while to get used to as far as how much pH up you should be using per your mix, per your plant's needs and that kind of stuff. I've pretty much gotten it down to a science. But usually I would use a dripper instead of just a teaspoon. We can check it again. Still reading pretty low. That's kind of weird. Oh, that's why. Cap's on there. I was like, there we go. 6.0, 6.1. Alright, 6.1 is good to me. Okay. Alright, and that is nutrients for the soil plants. Sorry that was kind of long and drawn out, and I kind of rambled on there a little bit, but that's it. Nutrients for the soil plants. I'm going to go water them. You guys have a great day. I'm not going to make you hang out for that again, at least not until like the after tomorrow. Alright, take care, y'all. Thank you for tagging along. See you tomorrow.